Hey people, 5 Aces here, and we're back on Sidestep. Now, you guys might be wondering yourselves, hey, we have been here before, haven't we? This looks oddly familiar. Yes, but this is not about the map, this is about the players and the playstyle. So let's dive right into it. We've got on the left side, spawning as the Ukrainian faction, Spy. And his opponent is going to be Hybrid. You might be saying, hey, Hybrid, never heard of that guy before. Well, you guys remember Phoenix, who actually turned out to be Murto the Ray? Well, yeah, Hybrid is a kind of a rehash on the Phoenix pun. It is actually Murto the Ray. And he's spawning as Russia, as both opponents start out with a kennel, trying to put their opponents in the doghouse. Both getting a fairly good scout off here. And Murto hasn't hotkeyed his, so I can't use the hotkeys for him. Too bad. Well, so this is promising to be a high tier match, and the reason why I'm showcasing this is Spy has promised me an entirely new playstyle, or entirely new build, which he is acting out on this very map, as he's getting the jump on the dog here. Dog logic is still really buggy, because if it were with the developers, I guess the dog would have straight up just eaten the rifle infantry spawning from the barracks. It's not how it works at the moment. Anyway, fairly standard opener. Hybrid, aka Murto, going for an early war factory, opting out on the barracks. Spy, on the other hand, has gone for 2 power plants. It's a fairly safe opener, just to create some spacing to snake walk down to the ore patch. Pretty solid so far. What more need we say about the map and the players? It's like, both are really high tier players in their own right. Spy has been really formative for some of the meta changes recently. And we already see an APC out for Murto the Ray, aka Hybrid. So APCs are really versatile. Make use of them, guys. They're useful not only as like frontliners, but also just for infantry's stealth transport and transporting around your engineer safely. All-purpose units, basically. Pretty good. Interesting, Spy is not going for his oil derrick right away, which, considering he's opened up with a barracks, that strikes me as odd because it's 500. Maybe he was just unsure of whether there would be a dog presence. You know, Soviet versus Soviet mirror matchup, dogs might occur. Alrighty, all the dogs getting cleaned up. So Spy has lost all his vision there. All his tracking of Murto's builds has gone. 6 rifles? Nah, no sir. Hybrid, straight up rushing for the second oil derrick, I guess. Or no? He could easily get it right now, because Spy is probably producing an APC here for himself. No, another harvester. This would be a freebie, if only he knew. Maybe he's too scared of the pillbox, but you really shouldn't be with an APC. Oh, that's Hybrid's dog. I was hoping it would still be Spy's, but alas, no. So, pretty heavy eco from both. 4 harvesters versus 3. And Spy is ramping up the infantry production, which leads me to believe that he's going to head out with his first batch of units relatively shortly. Whereas Hybrid still has his APC with the... Wait, did the engineer get killed? Strikes me as odd. I can't see the yellow blip right now. No, it's there. For whatever reason, he's safeguarding his own oil derrick. He will protect it with his wrench, just if need be. Okay, whatever. Now he's just scouting for a potential early expansion, which is probably not going to come out of Spy. He likes going for early aggression. Unlocking his service depot tech now, so he can opt for heavy tanks, but yeah, he's gone double tech. Pretty expensive route. I'm liking it though. Pretty big fan. Also, it gives you just so much vision. Check out Spy. He's going to be able to make a pass by here, say hi, maybe snipe the... Yeah, he can easily snipe the mobile flag here. And get a nice crash off. Wow. Pretty good. I didn't see that those were rocket soldiers. Was under the fog of war. worth it, definitely worth it. So both going for a couple APCs from what I see, and this is actually, now it's coming into play. This is what I wanted to talk about. You actually, if you're going Soviets, the APCs have so much armor, they're so good at crushing, and they're so cheap that you actually might be using them as frontline units, as showcased here by both players, both Mr. Spy and Mr. Highbird. Now there's a pretty significant infantry force, even a few flamers mixed in. Pretty good unit composition so far. I mean, keep in mind it's a lot of value here, but he can get so much. Now the problem with this composition is the APCs themselves don't really do damage, but do they really need to? If you have an infantry blob behind you which just demolishes everything. Oh, as we're getting the first crushes in. Nice demolition derby on both sides. This is getting pretty intense right now. Ooh. The harvesters though. So many harvesters are getting sniped. Ooh, he could actually finish that one off, but he... better safe than sorry, I guess. There's a dog, that's pretty good. So yeah, Spy just pulling back, he has done the damage. He might have lost way more than Murto the Ray, yes, but he has killed off 2 harvesters as well. Oh, nope, not happening. Anyway, now he's expanding with the second MCV. And another thing about this is, usually when you're going heavy tanks, you need multiple war factors, right? Because heavy tanks are really expensive, they produce really slowly. That's absolutely not true for APCs. You can actually stay on one war factory for the entire game and be perfectly fine. Both might have an expansion out. Yeah, both are having an expansion out here. So Highbird has also gotten his second Conyard up. And this APC composition is so strong. I think he might want to stay on this. Is he going to? Yeah. More APCs coming in. It's just so versatile. Like, even if you're not using them as direct frontliners, you can actually just, sneak into the backlines, maybe coupled with an Iron Curtain, have like 5 Grens or 5... nice. Pretty good crash. Have like 5 Flamers or maybe 5 Rocket Troopers in an APC, maybe even Iron Curtain it, and just cause havoc in the backlines. That's the way this plays out. And it's a pretty dynamic and pretty fun style to play. Get a whiff of the expansion? No, not yet. His flags just, Murto's flags just popping in to say hi. They're in for a big surprise. Oh, now Murto is going for heavy tanks, and that's absolutely not what you want against an APC composition, because they are so slow and they take so long to build, they're so expensive, and infantry blobs just eat them up. It's like what the infantry blobs eat for breakfast. Also, what I'm noticing here is a lack of an airport or an airfield for Murto. So he's firing into the blind here. Whereas Spy can just keep tabs on everything that's happening on the map. So he might just wanna go for some crushes here. He's got a fairly decent infantry blob and so many rocket soldiers to just demolish the 3 tanks. Oh! Friendly fire! No! Yaks don't discriminate. What about number 2 though? Nope, not happening either. So far, pretty good for Murto. Now let's see if he can follow up on this. If he wait, I don't know. One of the problems with Murto's playstyle is he sometimes just tends to clump his units. So just one more suicide yak, one successful suicide yak that is, could just take out this entire blob. And Spy has more of a playstyle where he has his units scattered about. It's overall pretty demanding on the micro. Yeah, you see 44 APM, which is fairly high for Red Alert standards, considering that the counter might be bugged, especially on air builds where you can get up to over 100 without doing much. Oh, another suicide yak? Probably. Hasn't happened yet. He's trying to find the angle, he's trying. And Murto knows, but he should just press the X key. Ooh, clench, pretty good. Murto should actually just press the X key. In case you don't know, that's the hotkey for scattering. And it would reduce the area of effect damage of the yak crashes immensely. Is that a load up? No, it's not a load up. It's actually just, he's trying to hard engage maybe. Not sure. You don't want to hard engage into the tanks. Second set here. How good's the yak gonna be? Oh, no way! 10 out of 10. Would crash again. And here we have the APCs in motion. That's oh my god. Okay, this time he pressed the scatter key, but to no avail. Just too many APCs and too much DPS in the blob here. Fairly fantastic. Oh no, Hybrid has just popped a refinery down there. This might get taken out very swiftly. The wire fence. It's the wire fence is gonna save him, boys. It's happening. Yeah, he has to pull back. That's a fairly costly investment here. 1,500 for de nada. For absolutely nothing. And wow, Spy has just expanded on back of this. He's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 mining harvesters. I mean, those two are just idling. But it's a 7 versus actually 4 harvesters. Pretty brutal. Oh, and the Conyard is probably getting taken out here. Flamers don't fare well versus APCs. Just oh, Shockies though. The late game matchup. Good angle here. Good angle. But the APC crushes. He's just lined them up. It's just a 52 pickup. Oh boy. Yeah, Hybrid might have come out ahead in terms of the value here, but again, he's lost so much of his base. All he has is this one refinery mining. The late game tech might actually save him. I'm not sure, but that's something that's what makes this matchup so fun and dynamic. You've got the late game Tesla tech versus the Parabombs, which should actually, I think they're already good to go, right? Yeah, they are. Nice. Oh man, yeah, and such a great matchup. Ukraine versus Russia is so much fun. And in the late game though, nice. In the late game, it can actually easily go in Russia's favor simply because of the Tesla tech. He scouted this. Huh. Oh my god! The danger close barrage. Danger close badgers coming in and just demolishing the entire army. That's something you actually don't want to do. You don't want to leave all your units on the edge of the map simply because the travel time of the badgers is going to be literally 0.25 seconds or like 5 frames. You have no time to react. And there is another blob out, still with the tier 0 APC army. Intense. The crushing intensifies. Oh, Tesla tanks. Pretty good on paper. Keep in mind, on paper that's a pretty good counter to this strat. But in reality, you have to. This still needs a reality check because Tesla tanks are expensive and they don't do well versus multi-targets. Yes, they can always stay outside of range and they can always pick off stray infantry, but they need to kite back, and eventually Spy's army is going to be in the base and you can't kite any further than this. So, 7 APCs and an infantry blob. He's also started mass producing barracks. So we're going to see a really quick growing blob out of him. And just at the time that Hybrid is moving out, that's the value of the Yak planes. They give him so much scouting information here. He just knows what's coming. Okay, getting a free Yak, that's good. Not a major deal though. Hybrid is trying again. He just wants to save his wire fence. Save the fence, boys. It's happening. Okay, Spy is unsure. He is actually one of the APCs loaded. Plus Iron Curtain coming right up. Hybrid is pretty ahead on the Iron Curtain counter. This time no rocket troopers. That's smart. That's something I was talking about. The only problem is if there are several Yaks, the Tesla tanks are fairly susceptible to air. So he might just pick off the Tesla tanks, which would be pretty expensive. Is that a load-in? No. No, just looks that way. Oh my, no, no, no. Second attempt, I would actually, oh no. Hybrid is actually helping here. Wow, he's now taking his oil derrick. That's like a 15-minute oil derrick. Intense. Oh, is that an Iron Curtain? Yeah, probably not an Iron Curtain. Yep, Murto was ahead on the Iron Curtain timer. He may as well just do this. 2 Tesla tanks though for the crushes. 5 APCs would be so much better and would like almost cost the same. Nice scatter, nice scatter. He keeps on scatter moving here. He keeps on spamming the X key. When you see units rolling into crush with an Iron Curtain, that's exactly what you want to do. Spam the X key and just oh nice. Pretty good pickup on the Tesla tanks. Yeah, that's what you want to do. Oh, Tesla troopers. The shockies. The scatter's good enough though. There are so many APCs, like I can't see it happening. Oh. APCs. Just a heads up guys, APC stands for Advanced Personal Crusher. Nice. The Advanced Personal Crusher's doing work here. And once again demolishing the infantry army. It's getting pretty dire here, because whenever those engagements are happening, Spy is actually retaining his army. So really he's just pulling ahead in the assets. Let's look at the situation here. Yeah, 75 to 45k. It's getting pretty dire. Plus this lonely ore refinery guarded by a single flame tower. No sir. No pasarán. Nice crashes. Even in death, the Yaks have value. It's a... Oh no! Yeah, Yaks can be so strong simply if you suicide them in, right? Oh boy. Here we go. 0 health. Like, those APCs are both on 0 health. That was some pinpoint micro there by Spy. Oh my lord. Look at the health here. Like, one more rocket salvo would have taken them both out. Yeah, still a couple shockies. Oh, he might get the Iron Curtain. That would be so big. Still though, if they can hide behind the buildings, the shockies and Tesla tanks can be absolutely devastating here. Getting the eco again. Murto, you're down to what? 1 harvester? It's not lasting longer. This is not lasting long anymore. I mean, yeah, look at the shockies though. They can hide behind the buildings and you actually have to manually focus fire every single one of them. The Tesla tank is trying to be an APC here, but do you have 5 transport slots, sir? I don't believe you have. Nice. Yeah, cleanup achieved. Shockies are in theory, yeah, as I said, on paper they're pretty good. But given the time it takes to build them, given that they are still susceptible to air, and to crushes specifically, it's actually fairly good. Plus there is no anti-air whatsoever, so Spy is just free to pick off a couple of units here and there. Parabombs even. Might be a bit overkill. Oh shit. Okay. Good, good. Chunking them pretty low here. Oh, and the scatter of the Yak actually gets most of the killing blows. Yeah, it's only a matter of time here, but it's a pretty fantastic game regardless. It hasn't been as one-sided as it looked for most of the part, but the core problem was that Hybrid or Murto just kept getting eco-rated upon. So paradrop here. Probably doing a little bit of poke damage. Oh, the plus of death. The plus formation of doom. That's the bane of every allied player in existence. But even as Soviets, if you hear the whoosh coming and you see a 5-stack of APCs coming in, you know you're in dipshit. No crushes had been had that day. Blocking the production facilities. Pretty intense game. Yeah, this is actually a new and really fun build by Spy. Look at it, it's really demanding as stated previously. 59 APM, like 60 APM, that's something you would expect from maybe a StarCraft 2 game or something really macro demanding, but yeah. With this build you constantly have to micro your units, you have to pull your APCs to the front, you have to make sure they don't get chewed up by like tanks, but it's a fantastic style. Units killed, they were actually fairly even, and yeah, Murto the Ray just fell behind because his harvesters kept getting demolished. Just look at the incomes graph. This might, yeah, he had recovered after the first expansion, but then Spy just pulled ahead and he stayed there for most of the game until it was mined out. Anyway, that was a pretty fantastic game. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you next time. 5 Aces out.